ESL Pro League Finals Day 3 has started. We already have our first best of three behind. Well, what a great series, right? But let's first go over the group stage because we didn't have you before. You first faced Copenhagen Wolves, but you didn't have a problem there, so I guess there's not much to talk about there. But then you faced Titan. It's obviously always a hard matchup to match up against domestic teams, and you have a great rivalry going on for the last, well, ever since you basically got the team together, right? So, well, from what I know, you kind of keep score on how you're faring against Titan. Do you know what the score is now?
No, I have no idea about the score itself, but I mean, I know we kind of have the upper hand against Titan because we have that confidence rolling regarding the past events, our results, and everything all together. So yeah, there is no real track of the score. I mean, maybe they have one, but we don't. But yeah, we try to face them as a normal opponent and not like saying, yeah, they're French, so they must be playing differently. No, we just try to play our game pretty much. And I'm not gonna say it's always a 50-50 matchup, but it's quite close to that. And it's always special games, I guess.
So in the playoffs, you were matched up against NaVi, who are second in the other group. Yep. How were you feeling before that match? Were you confident that you could take it? What did you feel about the match?
No, it was nothing special. It was just facing NaVi again, and we didn't prepare specifically for the game. I guess it was just okay. Let's play our game, and like we need to play our A game in order to beat them. And regarding NaVi, they started off pretty shaky on the very first day, losing the first best of three, and then they showed very, very strong performances, knocking Virtus.pro out 2-1, and then completely stomping Dignitas on the other game. So they were really looking forward to that game. that's the main thing I know, because we've been facing them so many times in playoffs of tournaments. So yeah, they came in very prepared, and they knew exactly how we were playing. They countered us really well, and yeah, to come back at the question regarding our side, we didn't do anything special. Third or fourth event almost in a row, so we just tried to keep it on the same level, but didn't work that time.
So you mentioned that you didn't really prepare specifically for NaVi, so how are you feeling about Vito then? Because as I said, they really showed good performances after going to the lower brackets of Group A, but yeah, basically how did you feel about the Vito?
So Inferno was a map we were expecting to get on the best of three. Overpass, we were almost sure they were going to pick it as well, because basically, yeah, we played so many best of threes against each other. We know which maps are going to be shaky and hard to win, and we know which maps, we basically know which maps are going to go which way in that best of three. So it's always, I'm going to say quite random, but it's always funny to see the maps and like, okay, this time we're going to try Nuke, then we're going to try Cobble, then oh, we're going to try Cobble again. And you know, it's like, it's always those same maps somehow. And it's like they actually changed many things on Inferno and Overpass. And yeah, it just surprised us. They played well. Not really much to say about that. We obviously had a shaky performance. Not everyone hitting their shots at the good times, but nothing to take away from NaVi. Obviously, they played extremely well against us.
So in Inferno, it looked like you had a great CT side. You had 12-3, which is obviously good enough to go to the T side usually. But well, it was really close in the end because well, they were catching up. Their CT side was almost as strong as yours, and it felt like you really got into the match when you had your backs against the wall. Really, do you feel like that's the case with you guys more often? Do you think like you tend to let's say not focus on the match too much when you feel like you have the upper hand?
Yeah, that's a thing that often happens. We are performing better when we have our backs against the wall, because I don't really know. We just try to enter in a calm state, NIP-like state where everyone is like calm and just relax into the game and things are working. But when they entered the city side, we tried to hit them hard, but they just had answers to everything that was going on. They were like we tried to read them, but almost never worked. They were always 4 on the A bomb side when we were going A, or they were solid on B when we were trying to go there. Like they had the good answers to what we were trying to do, and yeah, we just we managed to win a forced buy round, I think, with like Tech 9s and 1 Galley or something, and yeah, we just managed to scrape those rounds in order to have those small 3 rounds we needed. And yeah, once again, it was the case of NaVi changing the game, changing their approach to how they play Inferno, and it worked out very good for them. We were kind of disoriented in the game. We were all trying to find solutions, and yeah, they just had the good headshots at the good times, the good placements, and that was a very, very tough map.
So at 13-13, you picked up, you got at least the 2 rounds, and then you got to overtime. So what changed at 13-13 when you got well, basically 6 rounds out of the last 8 or 9? So what did you change on your T side, basically?
We just threw a tactic that we didn't use for 6 months or something, and that was a good solution against them at that point. And then we made the opposite solution to that tactic, and then on the 3rd round they had almost no money left. So that was just the main thing. Like, one key tactic we had to win, and then we could roll on after that. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say about that overtime specifically. We just had the good rounds, and the momentum somehow was stopped, and we tried to play differently. They didn't adapt that much, and we could just get that good T overtime side.
So let's at least shortly go over Overpass as well, because well, you only got 7 rounds. How did you feel about going into the second side after having 5 rounds? Did you feel like it was enough?
Well, I just think that we had a quite good T side. We were down, I think, 6-1 or 6-2, and we managed to come back. Yes, it was 6-5 at some point, I think. And then they were saving, and we lost that eco. So if we would have won that eco, we would have probably gotten more rounds, like at least 6 rounds on the T side. I don't know if it would have changed that much because they were prepared on the T side. I mean, on their T side, but yeah, we just lost a stupid eco that gave them basically the last 5 rounds, because we tried to change, we didn't change anything, and our money was kind of broken. So on the city side though, I don't really know. Once again, they had good rounds. We were close to clutching some 2-on-2s, some very close rounds, pretty much. Like, I mean, we win the pistol. Yeah, we win the pistol, and then we lose against the force by with like galleys and everything. So no, once again, they played well. They read us well. I think they went long and they took the A bomb side. They knew we had party SMGs and stuff like that, so they were just Galils, Tech 9s, and just taking zone per zone, getting surprised, and yeah, worked out very well for them. And after that, yeah, our money was broken. We tried 1 or 2 force buys, because either you win this round and you can come back, or you just lose it, and no matter what, the game is lost. So I don't know. I think they had once again, they had a very good map. We could have played better, especially on the T side, if we weren't to lose that eco. But yeah, no, 16-7 was. Their T side was on point, pretty much, against us, and that made a huge difference.
On Cobblestone, there's a routine that keeps happening more and more. Ts are actually winning the sides, at least at 8-7, 9-6. It keeps happening more and more over the last few months. Well, ever since Cobblestone got changed, even before we saw that sometimes. So how do you feel about Cobble nowadays? Did you feel like 8 rounds as T was enough for you against NaVi specifically?
Not really. I mean, you're never satisfied when you're especially leading 6-1, I think it was. Yeah. And then they managed to get most of the remaining rounds. So we're not really happy going into the second side. Could have been better. But we're like, okay, it's decent. Like, we can do it. But we need to win that pistol round. And we managed to win the pistol round 2-5. I don't even know how we win this. It was pretty weird.
Oh yeah.
But then forced by again, they just take bomb sites by storm, and we just, I don't know, we were just, I don't know if we were laid back or not ready, or, but there was that one thing that made us win those rounds before in other games, but where it wasn't here today. And yeah, I mean, on our side, we're not perfect, and NaVi made good decisions as well. So it's always like, you know, a bit of both. Sure. So we tried to fight back, but yeah, we were always shaky on the city side. We never really broke their economy. We were always shaky with like the gear we had, the smokes, molotovs, etc. And yeah, then they were headshotting hard as well. That was another thing. They were on point. They were ready to fight us, and yeah, their hard work paid very well.
So now that they're actually got into the final after quite a long time, I think. So do you feel like NaVi with the addition of Flamey can get up to the top 3 that we can see in you, Fnatic, and IP right now? Do you think they can extend that like top level teams to 4 teams, or do you think they still need some time to like make themselves in that top 4?
I mean, they can do it. That's one trophy. They have the players to do it. However, the thing that is lacking with them is their individual performances. Like, the problem with NaVi, in my opinion, is that they were in the past, like not today, but they were kind of lacking of that firepower. Like, sometimes Gordon was not showing up, or it was Edward that was like shaky. And yeah, Flamey is that raw skill that they probably needed. He lacks of experience because he hasn't been around for too long, and he was, I mean, we could see it in the game. So if he gets that experience and everyone else in the team can stabilize to like to their level, pretty much, they're definitely up there. They're a hard-working team. They're camping often. They have the talent. They have the good ideas, the read. They're very hardworking. They have Starix now behind them. Zeus as well is like watching tons of demos. So yeah, I think if they keep on going on that level and like continue going, I think they can truly do it. They can come up there and, you know, stay established and definitely challenge for the top 4 of every event. More consistently and with more power. So just looking forward to playing them again. Should be great games.
So now that you lost NaVi, do you feel like they're the favorites to win the tournament, or do you feel like TSM or Titan could take it?
I think it's going to be a very interesting final, no matter what. I think the 3 teams are quite equal regarding their level. NaVi, yeah, they have the momentum going now, winning against us and reaching the grand final. All of the players have been playing extremely great. Flamey have been very good. Gordon, Edward, C's, Zeus, everyone played well, pretty much, and everyone is playing well. So if they prepare the other teams as well as us, they're definitely the favorite to win it all. However, TSM will have nothing to lose. They're here with a stand-in. They have no pressure. It's not like a super major event. So I think they have a good chances reaching the final as well and putting up a good fight. And Titan, well, they showed decent things as well, like up and down as always. They showed very good things, but also some mistakes that shouldn't happen. So they can definitely beat TSM as well and go up there in the final. It's the semi-final is going to be a tough game, and the final is going to be very, very good to watch. So I'm just looking forward for any game that's going to happen, and hopefully having a good show.
Yeah, looking forward to the grand final. Thank you very much for the interview. Do you have anything last to add? Any shoutouts to fan sponsors?
Sure. I will start with my sponsors. So Team NaVi globally. So Games, Scuf Gaming, sorry. Monster and Astro. All of you, thank you for all your support as always. And yeah, nothing about betting. I think that's out of the question. We're gonna keep that on the side. Yeah, thank you for the interview, and thanks to everyone who is following us, supporting us in our wins and our losses. It's always very important for us to witness that. So thank you.
So that was our first interview from ESL Pro League Finals Day 3. We still have NaVi left to catch up, so stay tuned to HLTV.org.